I came in, I was asked to take over a P&L operation, profit and loss statement. I met with the person who was running it, who was on her way out. She was going to run for Seattle City Council. She was moving into politics. And I said, where are you as far as a P&L? She said, we're a few points behind plan. And I said, well, plan was to be +7 to +15 on the bottom line. So 7 to 15% profit. And she says, no, I think we're more like break even. I'm like, well, that wouldn't be a few points. That would be 7 to 15 points difference. So I then asked the finance team to get me an assessment where I wanted to put a peg in the wall and say, where are we starting? What's the starting point for this journey that we're on? So let's back up a little bit. 7 to 10%? No, we're about break even. Okay, so where are we? So I got the report from finance, minus 70% on the bottom line. Losing money like crazy. Minus 70. And then I got called into a meeting with Bill Gates, Frank Gaudette, our CFO, and Steve Ballmer. And they said, and Steve said it, summed up the sentiment of the meeting. Hey, we believe in you. We want you to turn this around. And we don't want this to be a loss. We want this to be a profit center. Steve said, we'd like you to turn it around in 2 years. And then in typical Steve fashion said, and don't let it take 2 years. So that was the message. So we brought in the program to get everybody on the same page. I believe that alignment is critical. And it's not just a skill for business. It's a skill for your marriage. It's a skill for your relationship. If you're both heading for the same target, then you may waver around and go off course, but that same target can pull you forward and get you there. Fast forward, what happened? Well, remember you've got 2 years and don't let it take 2 years. 10 months later, we were cash flow positive. We went from dead last in U.S. sales and marketing division to the only team that beat plan every single month of that fiscal year. And people made life choice changes, changed their beliefs about themselves. Part of it was transparency. Up until then, they'd been told, the financial information, you don't need to worry about that. We'll just talk about what you do and just what you do. I taught everybody how to read a P&L. I went and stood in front of them every month and told them where we were on the P&L. It's bad news. This number's red. This number is what it means. This is what we have to do to change it. I need all your help to do it. I had some people who were pushing back hard, but eventually we turned the corner. We got everybody there, and it was in large part to the content that you're learning today about scotomas, blind spots, lock in, lock out. All those types of techniques were what we used to turn that corner. So I encourage each of you to be courageous, to stand up for what you believe, to lead with passion, and to take all of this and put every single bit of it into practice. It works. I built a career on implementing everything that we've been learning